Welcome to Pass I On, the podcast with Dr. Sean M. Nicholson, entrepreneur, author, and thought leader. In each episode, Dr. Sean takes you on a profound exploration, guiding you to activate your passion, unlock your potential, and discover your true purpose. This podcast isn't just a collection of words, it's a path towards a life of abundance. Get ready to dive into thought-provoking discussions, engage with expert guests, and tap into Dr. Sean's unparalleled wisdom. With each episode, you'll be provided building blocks necessary for sustainability and success. Are you ready to embark on this incredible journey of self-discovery and transformation? Well, get your pad and pen and text a friend. Pass I On with Dr. Sean is on in 3, 2, 1. Dr. Sean, take it away.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Pass I On podcast with Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. And today we're diving into the final episode of the third quarter turnaround series. Today's topic is Finish Strong, the power of discipline and determination. You know, we've been on a journey through the pivotal moments of the year, from the halftime huddle to the mindset mastery that we discuss on how to make a strategic pivot when setbacks come your way. Well, now it's all about closing the year with strength and with determination. Now, remember, passion is the ability to pass I on. And today, I'm going to share some strategies to help you stay disciplined and determined during this final stretch. Also, I'm offering my free book titled Pivot to Passion, Your Guide to a Strong Second Half. Now, this ebook is packed with insights and tools to help you finish this year strong. Now, it's available for a limited time, so just click on the link in my bio on any of my social media pages, and you'll be able to download it. Now, you can catch us weekly right here on the Infusion TV channel on the Mogul TV Global Network. Now, let's get into episode 4, Finish Strong, the power of discipline and determination. Now, in the final quarter of any journey, much like a basketball game, your energy and your efforts in the last moments determine whether you will win or whether you will lose. Finishing strong is very crucial, not just for this particular year, but for any goal that you have set. In my free ebook, Pivot to Passion, Your Guide to a Strong Second Half, I dive into the importance of maintaining focus and how finishing strong builds momentum and future success. You know, as an AAU basketball coach, I can tell you that when we were leading by a slim margin in the fourth quarter, I would always remind my team the game isn't over until the final buzzer. So that means if you get fouled, you got to play through it until the whistle blow. If you miss a shot, you got to hustle back on defense. You got to do whatever you got to do because the game isn't over until the final buzzer. Now, the final moments are when you need the most discipline. I can reflect back and remember that during our practices, I mean, we ran. And I get that from my basketball coaches. But if nothing else, we were going to be conditioned. You know, we were going to be in shape, because when those last minutes are there and the other team is exhausted and we put on that full court press and we're double teaming and helping and playing help defense and making sure that the ball doesn't cross the half court line, that's when you really need that discipline and that energy to make sure that you finish strong. Now, you possibly have been relentless and determined to achieve the goals that you have set. Do this for me. Take a second. Take a second to think about how you started this year. At every year, at the beginning of the year, oftentimes people make what's called these New Year's resolutions. Now, I don't personally subscribe to that. However, I do set goals and all. But for those that do set those New Year's resolutions, you have already planned out, mapped out everything that you're going to do this year. Now, the question is, have you maintained that same momentum that you had from when you started out at the beginning of 2024? What's the one thing that you could do today to bring the same energy into the final stretch? Think about that. Think about it. What is the one thing that you can do today to bring that same energy that you had December 31st, 2023, January 1, 2024, that same energy that you had? What can you do to bring that same energy now that we're entering to the fourth quarter, or towards the end, the second half, and towards the end of this year? You know, I would like to suggest that you jot it down, write it down, because it could possibly make all the difference in the world. You know, when we think about finishing strong, we're thinking about enduring. And I'm a person of faith, and I can't help but dig deep inside and just reflect on a passage of scripture that I read some time ago that said that the race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to the one that endures till the end. Now, I don't know how or what place you're in right now. I don't know what situations you may be experiencing right now, but I just want to let you know that you got to dig real deep and find that passion, because that passion is going to pull things out. But you're going to have to be disciplined. You're going to have to be determined. And if you're disciplined and if you're determined, I promise you that it will make a world of difference. All right. Well, listen, we're going to get right into today's broadcast, but I wanted to just give you some brief tidbits, if you will, on which way we're going on today. All right. So we'll be right back. Feeling stuck? Ready to turn your passion into real progress? At the Pivot to Passion Academy, we're here to help you transform your vision into success. We will equip you with the tools and mindset to achieve your goals. Our signature course, Pass I On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success, will unlock your potential. Along with a wide range of other courses, you'll gain practical strategies to overcome obstacles and build the future you deserve. It's time to take action, pivot towards your passion, and transform your life today. All right, all right. We are back. We're back. And listen, for those of you that are just joining in, I am Dr. Sean M. Nicholson, and this is the Pass I On the podcast. And every week we come to you to basically just find out what you're passionate about and help you to create ways to pivot to your passion, to identify and to activate your passion, your potential, as well as your purpose. So I'm excited to be here with you on today. And then we want to shout out to my new family, the Infusion TV channel family, along with the Mogul TV Global Network, for allowing us to bring our podcast over to this network. And I'm so excited about this grand opportunity that we have. Now, for the past 3 weeks, we've been kind of simulating basketball game. And I mentioned to you earlier on this month that I used to be an AAU coach. And so I wanted to kind of draw some parallels between coaching in the athletic realm or for basketball, as well as coaching in the professional realm with individuals that I'm coaching even now, because there's some tremendous parallels in that. And so, just to use a pun on words, we talked about this series being the third quarter turnaround, because we are approaching the end of the third quarter of 2024, and we're entering into the fourth quarter, right? And so, when we look at this, as we began this whole series, we talked about how that at the halftime, there's a huddle and the coach brings the team together. We're looking at the scoreboard and we're seeing where we're at. And we began to strategize and come up with solutions so that we could win the game. It takes mindset mastery that we talked about. And not only to understand that it's about the energy that you have, but it's also about the mindset that you have. I discussed with you that 85% in basketball, when I was coaching, I used to tell them 85% of this game is mental. And I will say that it's similar in life, especially in business. You got to find that inner thing that's going to continue to push through, even though all the circumstances, situations, and everything is opposing you. You got to fix your mindset, right? And then we talked about having a strategic pivot, because when setbacks come your way, and they will come your way, you got to be able to pivot. You got to remain nimble. I gave some solutions in the form of an acronym on how I talked about having a plan, PLAN, planning, and or rather praying and level setting and asking questions, and as well as being nimble. You gotta be ready to move at any point, or as I like to say, to pivot. Now, as we come to the conclusion of this particular series, the third quarter turnaround, I wanted to focus on today finishing strong. Now, we're going into the fourth quarter. We're coming up to the end of the year. Whatever we're going to do, we got to do it in the next 3 months. So how do we finish strong? Well, first of all, you have to have the power of discipline. Have you ever gone to the gym and or decided that you wanted to go to the gym, and you get your routine all straight and you began to get up early in the morning and you get your work gear on, your workout clothes, and you go to the gym and you began to work, and it's a little bit strenuous because you haven't been in a while, and you get exhausted and fatigued and all of these things, and then maybe you worked so hard that you were sore the next day, and because of the lack of discipline, you didn't go back. Or maybe you had the discipline but did not have the determination to follow through. You made up in your mind that this is the thing to do. You probably even got there, but did you really put forth the effort needed to meet the goals that you had? There is something that I want you to do as we're approaching the close of this year. We got to make sure that we keep up our strength as well as our determination. Now, as we look at finishing strong, it is very powerful. In the final quarter, as I mentioned, in any game, you begin to get that energy to kind of push through till the end. Now, when we look at discipline and how it relates to success, I found out that, first of all, discipline is what keeps us going when motivation has faded. Okay? Discipline is simply what keeps you going when the motivation that you have, has faded. You see, it's not about getting hyped up, but it's about doing the work day in, day out, week after week, month after month, year after year. Now, throughout this particular segment, I'm going to be referencing my book because I want you to pick it up. It's a free ebook. It's available for you for a limited time. Pivot to Passion, finishing strong in the second half. And see, I want you to get it because I talk about the importance of having a routine, and not only having a routine, but having accountability. Now, whether it is accountability partner that you may have, or it's something that you have orchestrated that keeps you accountable for the routines and the goals and the objectives that you set. Now, these are the things that you create consistent progress on. Because when you have that consistent progress and you develop that momentum and get that traction going, you begin to build the foundation for success. Now, there are 3 practical tips for building discipline that I'd like to leave with you today. Number 1, set non-negotiable routines. Non-negotiable routines. So whether it's an exercise routine or a morning goal setting session, make these habits automatic. I set everything for me on my smartphone, and I use it. We'll just use the word, for lack of better wording, religiously. And if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't get done. So I now have my workout plan on the calendar, my meal plan, my breaks, whatever it is that I need that's going to help me to be successful, if you will, it's on my calendar. And these are some things that are non-negotiable routines. So it doesn't matter if it's just if you're trying to plan an exercise routine or just your morning goal setting sessions. You got to make these things automatic. They need to become second nature. So the first practical tip in building discipline is to set non-negotiable routines. The second thing is use accountability. I encourage you to find a mentor, find a coach, or even a peer who can hold you accountable. It is very important as you're finishing strong and going through the things that you're going through at this position of the year, at this placement of the year, is that you have someone to hold you accountable for the non-negotiable routines and the goals that you make. Third thing is you got to break goals into manageable tasks. I shared, I think maybe a week or so ago, that I'm currently an adjunct professor at a career college. And I was talking to the class just the other week, and I was sharing with them that goals are great, but it doesn't benefit you if your goals are so far out of reach that you can't have smaller goals that will get you to those larger goals. And I told them that if you set smaller goals that are measurable, you're able now to be able to as I mentioned, measure those particular goals, and you can feel good about yourself. Those are victories, those are accomplishments, and it builds your self-confidence, and one leads to the other. So a whole bunch of small goals equal a large goal. When you break the goals into manageable tasks, because large goals can feel so overwhelming. But when you break them down, they become more achievable. So the 3 practical tips in building discipline is to set non-negotiable routines, to use accountability, and to break your goals into manageable tasks. I worked with a business owner who had a great idea. A wonderful idea, but they struggled with follow through. And once we began to structure the daily routines and began to work with them on the productivity, things just skyrocketed. Now, they went from constantly starting projects and actually to start projects and not finish them, but they went to starting them and actually completing them, and not only completing them, but launching the projects. Now, that's the power of discipline. It turns dreams into reality. So how many of you have some dreams? How many of you have some things written down on your vision board? How many of you have all these post-its that's all over the house reminding you of what things you want to do? This is how you achieve those things. I'm telling you, if you practice this type of discipline and this type of routine, I promise you that you will definitely see the results to it. You know, a lot of times we get discouraged along the way. We begin to feel that, well, maybe I shouldn't have launched out there so fast, or maybe I need some more time to think about it. No, you just need to focus. You got to breathe, and you got to make sure that you stay consistent in what you're doing. Because when you do that, that's when all the things will begin to fall into place. You see? So you gotta be able to live that way. Now, this is again the third quarter uh, turnaround. And so whatever it is that we have done leading up to this point of the year is not too late. You know, the game is not over until you hear the buzzer. So you got plenty of time. Now, that's not to say that there's going to be or isn't going to be some opposition. That's not to say that there's not going to be some distractions. It's not to say that there's not going to be some pitfalls along the way, but you can do it. You can take this time and use those as learning experiences and build on them. Because once you build on them, you begin to create a platform that you can stand on. And once you stand on, you're getting higher and higher, which means ultimately you're getting closer and closer to your goals that you're trying to set. So in this third quarter turnaround series, I'm suggesting very, very adamantly that you should take time and make sure that you use the power of discipline as well as determination. And when you do that, you'll begin to see the manifestation of all the things that you are working for. Now, I encourage you again that you should get a copy of my free ebook, Pivot to Passion, Your Guide to a Strong Second Half. And I talk about the importance of maintaining focus and how finishing strong builds momentum for future success. It's available on all of my social media platforms in the bio, or you can DM me, or you can email me at contact@drshawnmnicholson.com, or you can visit our website at drshawnmnicholson.com. So I ain't hard to find. So we're excited to be able to offer this free resource to you because we believe that it will strengthen what your resilience. It will allow you to see things in a different light or through a different lens and begin to live your life today. Start taking these principles and living your life today, a life full of abundance, a life full of success, a life full of discipline. And this is what I am encouraging you to do on today. Now, listen, I'm excited again about this podcast, and I got some more stories to share with you as well as some more tips. But before we do that, we are going to take a commercial break. We thank 94 Media for their sponsorship with this podcast. I'm very, very happy to work with this media group, and the Pivot to Passion Academy is definitely enrolling right now, and we're teaching you how to pivot to your passion. So wherever it is that you are, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a college student, you're someone that's contemplating changing your careers, you may be retired, whatever the case may be, the Pivot to Passion Academy can help you. Yes, again, it can help you to move to the next level. Listen, we all should be in search of our purpose, understanding why we're actually here and what it is that we have to do. Let me say this. Did you know that 70% of people feel unfulfilled in their career choices. Some of you have gone to college and gotten degrees, and you're not even working in the field that you got the degree in. So my question to you is, what's holding you back from turning your passion into success? See, at the Pivot to Passion Academy, we give you the tools to, one, overcome fear, to crush, for two, to crush limited beliefs, and to build a life that you deserve. If you enroll today, you'll receive a free copy of my autograph, or a free autograph copy of my book, Pass I On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success. If you enroll today, you will receive a free copy, a free autograph copy of my book. That's my debut book. That's my first book, Pass I On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success. And in this book is where I share the building blocks that help me, and the building blocks that will help you to unlock your potential and live a life on purpose. So what's stopping you from making your dreams reality today? Enroll today in the Pivot to Passion Academy now. And again, you will receive, I'll send you a free autograph copy of my book, my first book, Pass I On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success. All right. Well, listen, we're going to break for a commercial right now, but we'll be right back. And I'll continue this segment, the third quarter turnaround, the power of determination and discipline, the power of discipline and determination. We'll be right back. Feeling stuck? Ready to turn your passion into real progress? At the Pivot to Passion Academy, we're here to help you transform your vision into success. We will equip you with the tools and mindset to achieve your goals. Our signature course, Pass I On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success, will unlock your potential. Along with a wide range of other courses, you'll gain practical strategies to overcome obstacles and build the future you deserve. It's time to take action, pivot towards your passion, and transform your life today. All right, all right. We're back. We're back. And for those of you that are just joining, I am Dr. Sean M. Nicholson, and this is Pass I On, the podcast. Listen, every week we try to help you to activate your passion, your potential, as well as your purpose. And I'm excited because we're part of the Infusion TV channel family, the Mogul Global TV network, and they have accepted our podcast into the family, and we're grateful for that. And we got some great things coming up. Now, this particular month, we have been showcasing the third quarter turnaround, and I have been talking about things out of my ebook, Pivot to Passion, Finishing Strong, and the second half, Finishing Strong. And I'm very, very happy to offer that free ebook to you by just going on to my social media pages at Dr. Sean M. Nicholson, at Dr. Sean M. Nicholson on all social media channels, as well as you can email me at contact at drshawnmnicholson.com, or you can look on the website at www.drshawnmnicholson.com. And we'll be more than happy to get you that free ebook for you. Now, we're here every day, or rather every Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this is when I do the live broadcast, as what you're watching now. Then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm also here. And so if you would just follow me, like, comment, subscribe, you'll be able to see every time that we go on. And so I'm excited about that. So we are definitely embracing the opportunity to be able to give some positive content and to help each one of you pivot to your passion and activate your passion, your potential, and your purpose. All right. Well, listen, before the break, we were talking about being able to be disciplined, and not only disciplined, but be determined. And I left you with 3 practical tips to build the discipline. And that was to set non-negotiable routines, to use accountability, and to break goals into manageable tasks. Now, if we look at now how to harness determination in the final stretch, how do we begin to embrace and harness the determination to finish strong? You see, first of all, we need to understand determination. Now, determination is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. And it's what gets basically you through the tough times when everything else seems to be working against you. Now, in the Pivot to Passion, your guide to a strong second half, I emphasize on how the determination helps you to push past your limits. All right. It pushes past your limits and it helps you to overcome obstacles. Now, discipline basically keeps you on track, but determination gives you the energy to push harder when the going gets tough. You know, they used to have a saying that when the going gets tough, typically the tough get going, but that's not you. When the going gets tough, you get tough right along with it. And you began to push harder and harder to get to the goals that you have set. Now, when we look at this, the question may come out, well, how do I stay determined in this final stretch? Now, as I mentioned, this is the end of the third quarter, and we're moving rapidly into the fourth quarter. Listen, this year is almost gone. It's just about October in another week. And after that is November, December, and that's a wrap, right? Once Halloween get through here, harvest time gets through here, you have Thanksgiving and all of these other things, and then Christmas, and then the new year, and then we're starting this cycle all over again. But guess what? We got 3 more months to finish strong. Don't worry about how the first half went. It's not over because the buzzer hasn't rung yet. Don't worry about the things that you didn't get accomplished. It's okay because we're going to put those goals into smaller, manageable goals. We're going to set those SMART goals so that we can understand what's specific and what's measurable and what's attainable and all of these things so that we can be able to finish strong. It's important to me that you finish strong this second half. All right. So look, here's how you can stay determined during this final stretch. Number 1, you got to reconnect to your why. You got to reconnect to your why. Are you doing what you're doing? Why did you start doing what you're doing? Why is what you're doing so passionate to you? Those are the questions that you need to ask. And then when you do that, you ask this question: why did you set this goal? And then you revisit the purpose, because that's going to help you stay motivated. Now, I was doing some writing. As a matter of fact, I think it was today. As a matter of fact, I was just jotting down some things. I do a lot of journaling and writing and all. And this came to mind. So my big why is I. That's I. Because passion, for me, I broke up into this trademark that I have, pass I on. So my big why is that I like to pass, or I'm created, if you will, to pass I on. It is my duty, my obligation, it's my goal to be able to pass a little bit of me on to someone else that's going to help them to activate their passion, their potential, and their purpose. Wherever I go, no matter how old they are, where they are, what country, what nationality are, it doesn't matter. That is my life's purpose, to pass I on. So you got to reconnect to your why. Okay. Then you got to, number two, visualize the finish line. You know, if you don't know where you're going, you know, you're going to have a hard time getting there. You got to see the finish line in your view. You got to push forward. You see, I've heard someone said that the windshield is a lot larger than the rear view mirror. So everything that we're looking at in the back, we're looking at it through a small window or mirror. But we got this gigantic, enormous windshield that we can see everything that we need to see to get to the finish line. Imagine what it feels like when you achieve that goal. Put yourself at the finish line. Put yourself there. How do you feel? Successful, accomplished, confident, happy, joyful? How do you feel? You're there. You're at the finish line. Imagine yourself there. And then push hard to get there. Reconnect with your why. Visualize the finish line. And the third thing on how that you build that determination is that you got to celebrate small wins. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be quite transparent with you. I am guilty at celebrating small wins. Not an excuse, but in form of an explanation, is because when I accomplish one thing, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. So when I accomplish one thing, I'm grateful. I thank God, and I keep it pushing, keep it moving to the next thing because I'm so determined. But that's a bad routine because I don't live in the moment, if you will. And by not living in the moment, I can't appreciate the victory that I had. And so that when I don't have this said victory, I start getting in my feelings and I get a little discouraged. Now, I quickly snap out of it because my passion keeps me pushing. But at the same time, if I can celebrate those small victories, then everything becomes more enjoyable and exciting because I can relish, if you will, in the moment. So I that's something I'm learning how to do. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm starting here because just recently, I just received an award from Dr. Teresa Mosley with the Passion, Purpose, and Peace Summit. There's about 100 of us that receive awards for our contribution to what we do and to the communities and all. So shout out to Dr. Teresa for sure. And she's a wonderful woman. And I also had the privilege of co-authoring a book with her, along with her, which is a bestseller. And this is the Essential Soft Skills. So it's on my website. So go to the website and to the shopping tab and you'll see it. But the point is that receive the reward or award, and I'm celebrating. I'm really, really proud of myself. For years, I've been an entrepreneur officially since 1998. And This is the first time that I have separated myself from my companies. I've had many companies throughout the year, but recently, in the past 2.5 to 3 years, I still have the companies, but I decided to focus more on me as a brand and push this speaking and coaching and consultant business. And so this is monumental for me because this happens to be the first award that I received under this brand. Now I've gotten awards for other things, but this is under this brand. So yeah, I am celebrating in that. So I'm going to work with you to do what I'm telling you to do because it is a growth area for me in this space in terms of celebrating my small wins. Okay. So I'm going to commit to doing it with you. You hold me accountable and I'm going to hold you accountable. All right. So strategies and building determination is to reconnect to your why, to visualize the finish line, and to celebrate the small wins, the small victories. Take time to acknowledge your progress. No matter how small it is an accomplishment. So take time to celebrate those small wins. Now, listen, think about this. One thing you've accomplished this year that you are proud of. Just one thing. What is one thing that you accomplished this year that you're proud of? Second part to that question is, how can you use that momentum to push through this last quarter? How can you use the momentum, the feeling that you had that you were so proud of the accomplishment that you had this year? How can you use that momentum to push through this last quarter? Now, let that accomplishment be the fuel for your determination to finish strong. Can you do that? Think about it. What is the one thing that you've accomplished this year that you're proud of? And how can you use that momentum, the way that you felt, to finish strong during this last quarter? What is it? Get it in your mind, write it down, and begin to pursue it. All right? So, as we come to the close of this particular month, as well as this series, let's recap. Now, if we recap the third quarter turnaround, I want you to look at this. You're on a journey. And the journey that you're on is one that is significant. You are the only one that can complete the task to get to the end of your journey, to do the things that you and only you are predestined to do. So, with this, remind yourself daily that one, you are able to accomplish everything that you set out to do. As it relates to this third quarter turnaround, and as I said, these are just basketball puns. In episode 1, we talked about halftime huddle, is what we named it, halftime huddle. And this is where we discuss the importance of reevaluating, refocusing, and realigning your goals. This is where it all starts. Okay. Reevaluate, refocus, and realign your goals. Okay. Episode 2 and 3, we use as a double header. And we talked about the mindset mastery and how to develop a champion's mentality. And not only to develop a champion's mentality, but to stay mentally strong during the challenges that we face. Third episode, which was part of the doubleheader, we focus on the strategic pivot. And I share with you that I wrote a book entitled Teach Me How to Pivot. And it's an acronym. Pivot is an acronym because it stands for planning, innovation, vision outweigh threats. Okay. And in that strategic plan, we were able to take or turn setbacks into comebacks by simply adjusting our strategy. You know, the strategy that things didn't go as well as planned, you know, the plan was supposed to generate this, but it did not. So how do we pivot now to create or adjust the strategy to accompanying what we just did? You got to be able to roll with the punches, all the ebbs and flows that come along with this entrepreneurship, with this business, with life at large. Okay. So learn how to strategically pivot. And then today, we focus on finishing strong. Finishing strong. In order to finish strong, you got to harness the discipline and determination. You got to harness that discipline and the determination in order to finish strong. And I promise you, if you do all of these things, you're going to have a successful year. Matter of fact, you know, with all the challenges and the pitfalls and all that you may have already had this year, it's still successful because you did it. You took time to do it. You got out of the bed, right? You put the first step. You put your foot on the floor. You got up. You moved. You did it. Yes, things may not have gone all as you planned, but it's okay because you're still standing. And that's very, very important. And it's a positive thing. So I encourage you to keep it on, keep going, keep pushing. You can make it. You will make it. All right. So you got to create what I'm going to refer to as a finish strong action plan. And I told you about my plans, planning, or rather pray, level set, ask questions, be nimble, right? That's the plan. And then I talked to you about having a system, plan and a system. System is simply save yourself some time, energy, and money. So what do you do to be able to do those things? So what I need you to do is prepare to create a finish strong action plan. Now, if you are serious about finishing this year's strong, here is what you need to do. You got your pen, got your paper, you ready? Now, this is only for those that I'm talking to that are serious about finishing strong this year. I mean, really serious about giving it everything you got till the end of the year. This is what I need you to do. These 4 things is what I need you to do. Number 1, evaluate your progress. Lay it out. Be honest with yourself. Be honest about where you are in relation to your goals that you set at the beginning of the year. Where are you? Evaluate your progress. The second thing is to refocus on priorities. You got to cut out any and all distractions as well as focus on what truly matters during this fourth quarter, this final stretch. Got to cut it out, all distractions. I don't care if it's a person, place, or thing. Cut it out and focus on what truly matters during this final stretch. Number 3, to commit to discipline. As I mentioned before, build daily routines that will push you closer to your goals. Commit to discipleship. And then lastly, number 4, fuel your determination. Well, how do I do that? How do I fuel my determination? Glad you asked. This is how you do it. Visualize your success, where it is that you want to be. One of my favorite authors is Stephen Covey, and he wrote a book about the 7 effective habits, and he talked about beginning with the end in mind. What is your vision? Where is it that you want to go? Envision that. Visualize the finish line. Visualize the success, and then work backwards. When you do this, you're able to celebrate your wins, and you're able to push through those hard times. I'm telling you, I have had so many hard times in the past year and a half. It is not funny. I'm telling you. And I am just blown away on the resiliency and how that I'm still pivoting to my passion, if you will. So the things that I talk about, it's not just textbook. It's not just theory. It's not just philosophy. This is real life. Every single case study that I give you are people that I have helped, and then even myself. Listen, 2 years ago, I had to open my book up that I wrote and go down chapter by chapter the steps or the building blocks that will get me to be sustainable as well as successful. Hence the reason why Dr. Sean M. Nicholson even exists as relates to the brand, because that was my 6th building block, rebranding. And that's what I had to do in order to be successful, because the other stuff through COVID and all wasn't working. So again, got to create a finish strong action plan. Evaluate your progress. Focus on your priorities or on the priorities. Commit to discipline. And then find what fuels your determination. For me, it's my passion to get it done, to be able to provide generational wealth for my kids, grandkids, so on and so forth. That's what drives me. What drives you is the question. Okay? So listen, here's a reminder. Everything that we discuss today and throughout this entire series is in my free ebook, Pivot to Passion, your guide to a strong second half. Now, this ebook is packed with insight and actionable steps and inspiration to help you finish the year stronger than ever. So don't miss out on this limited time offer. Download it now while it's still available. So just check out the link in my bio on any of my social media, or you can email me at contact@drshawnmnicholson.com, or you can visit the website at www.drshawnmnicholson.com. Okay. Now, this basically wraps up our 3rd quarter turnaround series. And I'm again grateful for the Infusion TV channel and the Mogul TV Global Network for hosting and providing a space for the Pass Eye On, the podcast. So whether you're in the middle now of evaluating your goals, mastering your mindset, making a strategic pivot, or just simply pushing to the final or to the finish line to finish strong, remember that it all comes down to passion. So keep your discipline sharp, stay determined, and you will finish this year stronger and better than you started. All right. So listen, be sure to subscribe and to leave a review, to comment, to like, to share the episode with someone that you feel that can use a little push. Okay. And don't forget to grab your free copy of the Pivot to Passion your guide to the second half. All right. So now you can catch me weekly right here on the Infusion TV channel on the Mogul TV Global Network at 8:30 Eastern every Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern right here. Until the next time, keep the passion burning and continue to pass I on. I am Dr. Sean M. Nicholson, activating your passion, your potential, as well as your purpose. So until the next time, take care. We'll see you then. Feeling stuck? Ready to turn your passion into real progress? At the Pivot to Passion Academy, we're here to help you transform your vision into success. We will equip you with the tools and mindset to achieve your goals. Our signature course, Pass I On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success, will unlock your potential. Along with a wide range of other courses, you'll gain practical strategies to overcome obstacles and build the future you deserve. It's time to take action, pivot towards your passion, and transform your life today.
Thank you for tuning in to another captivating episode of Pass I On, the podcast with Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. As we wrap up this episode, we hope you've learned a lesson you can start living today. Stay tuned for more incredible stories of passion, potential, and purpose in future episodes. If you enjoyed today's conversation, follow us on all social media platforms at Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. Don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, share this podcast with at least 5 people in your life. Until next time, remember, passion isn't a secret to be kept. It's the ability to pass I on.